It's less than 4 weeks to go to marathon race day, and when I cross that line, I'll be picking up that medal, a number of other bits and bobs, but also the bag that I dropped off before the race. There's a few items that I will want to hand in that bag as soon as I finish that race. So in this video, I'll be showing you what I put in my race bag. It's peak week of marathon training, it's week 11. In exactly 3 weeks and 6 days, I will be 2.5 hours into the Manchester Marathon. Hopefully, I'll only have 45 minutes left to go. But at this point, I will be hurting. It will be the hardest part of the marathon, physically and mentally. But the closer I edge towards that finish line, just the end in sight will keep me going. And I'll start to realise just what a sense of achievement and accomplishment training for a marathon and running a marathon is. I'll cross that finish line and I'll vow never to do it again for at least 30 minutes. And I'll be picking up the race bag that I checked in just before the race. And when I ran Brighton Marathon 18 months ago, I hadn't quite appreciated that there are some absolute essentials you must have in that bag. So let's go through my race bag checklist. But first, let me just go through the plan for this week, the peak week of marathon training. After 95 kilometers ran last week, I'm looking to get in 100 kilometers this week, starting out with today's recovery run, a 6k after yesterday's 21 miler. You know, just 24 hours after a 20+ mile long run, I feel the best I've ever felt after one of those. So it shows the endurance training is working. So looking to do 14 tomorrow, 14 on Wednesday. I'll do a medium long run, 20 kilometers on Thursday, 6 on Saturday, and 36 on Sunday with 3 times 7k at marathon pace. I'm going to turn one of those 14Ks into a threshold session, and I'm yet to decide on that. That is a 6.7 recovery jog done at 5:34 average pace and a 1:31 average heart rate. First thing I'll be putting in my race day bag are flip-flops or sliders. You know, when you've been running in the same pair of socks and the same pair of shoes for hours, you kind of get used to the discomfort. But when you put these on at the finish line, it's like a whole new level of luxury that you've never experienced before. I would say that was the number one thing that I put in my race bag. Now, in last week's training video, I covered my essential race day items checklist. So go and check that one out for things like gels and race kit. And in the video before that one, I covered my pre-race day checklist. So that was more around logistics, making sure you've got your accommodation sorted, how you're going to get to the start line, pre-race meals, that type of thing. The next item to make it into my race day bag will be a top. It'll probably be a hoodie, and it'll be a zip-up hoodie, just so it's easy to get on and off, because it's quite likely that I will feel a little bit cold straight after the race. I'll also be taking some wet wipes. I quite like I think it's water wipes, that are just pure water, so I don't really like the smell of the soap in the other ones. So that would be great just to give myself a wipe down. I'll bring a towel with me as well, even if it just becomes something comfortable to sit down on. And then I'll be putting in a full change of clothes. So something nice and soft and comfortable, which will involve keeping them flip-flops on. I don't plan on wearing any shoes or trainers. So yeah, bear that in mind when you choose your change of clothes. Don't forget a nice fresh hat and sunglasses, because who knows what state my hair will be in at the end of that. If you're enjoying this video, please do give it a like and hit that subscribe button so as you don't miss 2023 Manchester Marathon race day video to see if I hit my goals in less than 4 weeks time. Thinking about more healthcare-y bits, I'll be putting Tiger Balm in my bag, and that's the red one. Deep Heat will do the same thing. Just apply it anywhere, on your legs, wherever you're feeling sore. It will just keep the warmth in those muscles, which could make the difference between it hurting a lot or not as much over the next few days. I'll also chuck in some Germaline, KT tape, micropore tape, just in case there's any blisters and things like that to attend to. I'm going to put a bottle of Coca-Cola in mine, the original full-fat version, and some sweets. Maybe some nice Haribo sweets, that would be nice, won't it? And another one I'll be choosing to pack is my phone charger and plug. If I can't locate a socket in a coffee shop or something like that, then I will have also packed a power bank, which really will be essential if the battery's low come crossing that finish line. And then finally, I'll be packing a bag to put in my bag. So those race bags that you drop off are usually quite big. I'm not sure I want to be going around with a large bag with probably not that many items in it. So I'll just carry it all in my smaller bag that I packed in there for the race. All right, that's 16 kilometers done at a 5:21 average pace and a 1:35 average heart rate. So decided to switch the 14-14-20 kilometer runs to just 16-16-60, where the last one on Thursday will be the threshold session. Right, now off to do some strength. Right, that is 16.4 hilly kilometers done at 5:27 average pace and an average heart rate, I think it was 134. So nice and low again, 220 meters of elevation gain. And then I decided to treat myself. So I'm just walking home now with my lunch. And yes, that is a bottle of Coca-Cola sticking out the pocket. Good afternoon, it's Thursday and today I'm going to be doing some threshold intervals. Yeah, today's workout is 3x2 kilometers at threshold pace with a 2-minute float, and threshold pace is going to be around the 4-minute kilometer mark. Threshold running is also about keeping the breathing under control. As I get to the end of that 2k rep. I think that was 8:06 or 4:03 kilometer pace, heart rate peaking at 165. So all good, let's do it again. Second 2k done, 7:59. Heart rate peaking though at 169, so we're getting really close to what I would call a threshold heart rate. But we're still under, which is the most important thing. 2 minutes don't last long today. Last rep. Right, just coming to the end of rep 3. Just a reminder, this is not a race. This is not a VO2 max session. This is a threshold session, so don't go anaerobic. Having said that, I just had to slow down a little bit. I was going up the hill into the wind, and that was an 8:06, so 4:03 kilometer pace. This time, the heart rate peaks at 172. Very nice, that's 15.8 kilometers done, 3 times 2k threshold intervals, and it was pretty windy today. 4:51 average pace and an average heart rate of 145. I'll put the actual splits of the 2ks on the screen now as per Strava, which might be different from what my watch reported. Great, that is a Saturday afternoon, 9 kilometers, easy pace done. Ended up being 5:12 average pace and an average heart rate of 130, which means I'm now all set for the big one tomorrow. Exactly 3 weeks away from the big day, from the Manchester Marathon 2023. Today finally marks the longest long run of the training block. As you can see, it's a wet one today. It's a chance to practice in wet conditions and practice the wet weather gear. The goal of today's run is to practice race pace. The primary goal of today's run is not to push limits, to push any more fitness. That will come. The goal paces of today's run are going to be first 7k at 4:35 average pace, second 7k at 4:30 average pace, and the final 7k at 4:25 average pace. If I can average 4:35 for the whole marathon, that's a sub 3:15. And if I can average 4:30 average pace for the marathon, that's a sub 3 hours 10 minute marathon. So I'm really curious to see, how does my body react, how does my heart rate react to those paces, because today's run really will feed into how I pace the real marathon in 3 weeks' time, should everything feel good on race day. And of course, today's run, simply put, is not a race. It is just another training run. It's just another building block. It's a significant building block, but it is just that. There's no need to go all out today. There's no need to hinder recovery. In 3 weeks' time, I want to feel fully recovered, fully refreshed, ready to give that 42 kilometers the best I can. I do not want to be looking back retrospectively, wondering if it was a mistake to run hard just 3 weeks before the big day. Right, little route alteration needed, as that massive puddle's not going to work when I do laps around here. That is the 10k easy pace bit, nearly done. Now on the beep, we're looking for 7 lots of 4:35 kilometres. So if my maths is right, that's 32:05 for the first 7k. And there's the beep. Right, time to concentrate, time to knuckle down, time to focus. We practice race pace. Right, pretty much bang on pace for that first 7k, maybe 2 or 3 seconds under. Heart rate getting to maybe 154, so really good first 7k, just about averaged 4:35 per kilometre. I'm just coming to the end of this 1k float, and we're going to do it all again, but this time it's 4-minute 30 kilometres we're looking for, 7 of them, and that should be about 31 minutes 30 seconds for the 7k. Right, let's go. Second 7k done, and I'm just adding this up as I go along, but I think that was 31:25. It was definitely around 4:30 pace, maybe a little second quicker, and the heart rate there still keeping it in the low 150s. Okay, we're going to do another 7k. We're looking to do 4:25s, so that should be 30 minutes 55 seconds. By my calculations, 14 seconds faster, so say a 4:23 average pace. Alright, 3k cool down to do, and then we'll be done. Forgot to say in that, the heart rate peaking at just 160, so I'm really pleased with that. Nice low heart rate, 36.3 kilometres done, average pace 4:54, and an average heart rate of 1:43 for the whole run. Yeah, really happy with those splits. Hit them all without too much of an effort, heart rate wise. It was on tired legs as well, so it bodes really well for the marathon. Right, let's get some protein down me, and then I'll have a look at what I've done for the week. As for week 11, that was 100.3 kilometres ran. The Tanda race prediction now has me down for a 3 hours 17:25 marathon. The net heart rate efficiency has gone up to 1.389, and finally the Garmin race predictor has me down for a 3 hours 11:59. That then concludes peak week 11, so we are now entering the taper, just 3 weeks to go. And if you made it this far into the video, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.